Okay, now we're going to go ahead and turn this on, and we are going to make our
Insufficient power.
first space engineer.
Production
At this
initiated.
point, after our space engineer is completed, we will start searching the planet for minerals to mine so we can start designing and building things. Alright, let's start scanning the planet. An unknown mineral.
Acknowledged.
I am building on unknown minerals, that way I can discover them and find out what they are. I probably won't be mining them to use them, I just want to know what they are. As you can see, it takes a while to scan a planet, no lack of patience.
Order acknowledged.
So we will probably fast forward through this and you shall see the finished results.
Order acknowledged.
As you have probably noticed by now, the beginning engineer is painfully slow, as well as our CP is going to start to go way down. Since we start off with only 60, it does eventually get up to 200, but when you're making lots of mining platforms and have all these power generators and stuff like that, it really cuts down on how much CP you can actually use. So another thing we're going to do is we're going to work on making some alloys using our minerals that we have already, and we're going to make some better facility power engines, and we're going to make a faster space engineer. So let's start off now with showing you how to make a proper alloy. Now, you can use straight up minerals for some of the stuff, especially at the beginning. However, I highly discourage ever using minerals if you can avoid it. Alloys are much more efficient, they're much better, and they make your minerals last longer. So let's start off by designing our first alloy. Most importantly for our alloys is going to be our hull alloy. Now, right now I'm just using the Berganin, Heller, Nylon, and Potterine, which is what I first suggested. And some people use only 2 minerals. I personally like to use 4. I think it makes everything last longer, and it's been working for me, so why fix it if it's not broken? So now I have selected my minerals that I prefer to use, and component presets here really is very, very, very helpful for building any of your alloys. It will tell you exactly what you need. The only time that this is not helpful is when you are trying to make alloys for armor, but we will get into that much later. So right now let's go with, we're using it for a facility. In all honesty, hull alloy is universal across the board. It can be used with any type of hull. And we're making a hull structure, and see here how it's telling you that it wants a hardness of 10. So what we are going to do here is select hardness, and we want a desired value of 10. Now, one of the big things that makes this game so difficult is you make so many different designs. You have to use a naming scheme that helps you keep track of everything. Organization is key in being efficient in this game. Now, since everything likes to be put in alphabetical order, and I want to see my minerals before I see my alloys, I personally always start off my alloys with a Z. That way I know it will be at the bottom of the list. Now, we are making a hull alloy, so to keep it simple, I'm going to just call it hull, and I'm going to say it's version 1.0. If I ever decide to use different minerals to make another hull alloy, I can change the version from 1.0 to 1.1 or 2.0, That'll help me keep track of knowing which version of the alloy I am using. So let's go ahead and submit this design. And here we go. As you can notice, I have a desired value of 10 and no other attributes. Now, you can have other attributes in there, but it will cause noise in some of the lower ones, not a big deal. However, I prefer to always only give the alloy exactly what it asks for. So that's what we're going to do here. And it was actually very simple.
Research initiated. Search complete.
Now we have designed our hull alloy. Now, let's work on our next one. Now, another reason why I like doing that is because now instead of having to go in and select everything each and every single time, all I got to do is open this one. We're going to make a facility engine, and notice there are 6 different structure materials. You have to make 6 different alloys to be able to make a proper engine. So first off, let's start off with the drive body, since it's the top of the list. It's telling me exactly everything I need. What I'm going to do here is get rid of the hull, and because it's for an engine, I'm going to type in ENG for engine, and because it's for the drive body, DB. This helps me keep in line that this is an engine drive body. Now, we want a compressibility of 1, so let's change this to compressibility. Density 1, and a magnetic reactance of 8. So, magnetic reactance 8. Redesign.
Research complete.
Now notice it's been redesigned. I still have my hull, but I did not have to go in and change anything. And this is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this alloy. Now, I'm not going to research it just yet. I'm just going to move on and go on to the next one. So now I want a facility engine drive frame. I want a compressibility of 1. Hardness of 7. And a superconductive point of 8. Now we're going to redesign. Let's take a look at it. Alright, this is one of the things I wanted to show you. Notice how there are other elements here in this. This will create noise in a component, which will make it less efficient. Usually it will put a reduction to your visible radar range or your weapon's accuracy. For now, this is a level 1 alloy, so we're going to leave it at level 1. I will get into the more complicated, more expensive alloys later that work a lot better, but for right now we're just going to stick with the basics. I'm going to continue and finish off doing the rest now. Now, as you can see, my new power generators have finished and I am making lots of power, but I no longer need any of these. Oh, I have an engineer in here and I don't want to get rid of him. Let's move him out of the way.
Engaging drivers.
And we shall select all of these, and I don't need the components from them at all, so I am just going to hit the delete key and get rid of them.
Facility lost.
Now I have much less CP usage, more than enough power, and I can keep going.